Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a Scramble and Solve of the Cord V1.0. So this is another series from VeryPuzzle, and this is the very first one in the series. And it's a fairly small puzzle, and really kind of quite accessible as a do-it-yourself kit. There aren't as many parts as in their bigger puzzles, and just in terms of a solve, it's actually just a fun solve. Doesn't take too long. It could be a little tricky though, so we're going to take a look at that today. So this cord puzzle, the V1.0, has these, they're 4 colors, but it actually has 8 edges. I call it an octahedral face, or an oct face, and it has one on top, and then the front, the sides, and the bottom. And if you can sort of picture a cube that's transformed into a sphere, that's what a cube might look like, except the VeryPuzzle has gone the extra step and has given us what would be the edge on a Rubik's Cube. Now is this flippy face here. It only has 2 positions, so that would be an edge turning. And then also it has this, which has 3 colors, but it actually has 6 edges on it, which would be the vertex on a regular Rubik's Cube, all in this really cool sphere. So we can sort of solve it a bit like a Rubik's Cube, but we're going to have to do some things differently because we have so many additional axes to solve. Now, the other thing that makes this puzzle a little more difficult to solve are the textured stickers. All of the stickers on here are textured, which theoretically means that this triangle and this triangle and this triangle and this triangle all have specific placement. In fact, it's not that complicated. Basically, these triangles are in orbits, which means that this one and this one are in one orbit, this and this is in another orbit, so they can't swap. And most of these sticker sheets are symmetrical enough that this triangle and that triangle look exactly the same. Likewise, this edge and that edge look the same, that, and so on. Most of them anyway. So I'm not too worried about getting the pieces in the wrong spots. Okay, if you look really carefully under strong light, you may notice some variants where maybe the pieces aren't quite, or the stickers weren't quite centered on the pattern, but it's really not something I'm going to worry about too much. Okay, so that's the beginning of the cord. Now, there was just one other thing with my cord puzzle. The first time I tried to scramble it, I was getting these little triangles popping out like crazy. And what it was the caps were coming off the bases. So what I did was I took the whole thing apart. I glued all the caps down to their bases with super glue, or crazy glue as it's called, and then just waited for it to dry a little bit and then put everything back together. Lubed a couple of the edges, just 2 edges, just lubed it. And you know what? It's great now. It really is. It turns really well. It has not popped on me at all. And I've just really enjoyed solving it. It's still breaking in a little bit, but the lube made a big difference. And it's important on such a small puzzle. You don't have a lot to grip as you're turning the faces, so I think having a good solid break-in and some lube on there makes a big difference. So that's the background of the cord puzzle for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scramble, and we have to, there's one more thing to get started with as we scramble, in that this puzzle has some legal and illegal turns, and it's pretty easy to see. The hollow stickers on the big faces have to be turned to another hollow face, so it's basically 2 steps, right? And if you don't do that, you're going to cause some problems. The puzzle's going to get all jammed up and maybe start popping. Likewise, these 6-sided faces, the 3 color faces, the 2 color edges have to be turned to a face where there's 2 colors lined up, right? So the solid edges, this is a little bit tricky, but the solid edges do line up with the hollow parts. It's a little tricky, so I just use the 2 colored edges go to the 2 colors, and the solid goes to the not really solid. And finally, this face, which has 4 edges, 2 hollow and 2 solid, it only has 180 degrees, so it basically flips. That's all it does. Okay, and again, if you try to do it a half turn, it's not going to go very well. So to turn this now, I want to move the two colors to the 2 colors. Okay, flip this around. That works. And then for the big face, we go hollow to hollow. Right, and we could do one more if we want. It's not a big deal. So you have to be careful, mindful of that as you're doing the scramble. I don't think it's too bad, but you do want to be careful. And it is, if you make a mistake, you might be able to fix it, but it is kind of tricky. So yeah, so that's good. That one's good there. We'll just keep flipping it. Okay, so I'm just going to go and do some scrambling here. I'll show a little bit of the scramble just because I know some people have been having some maybe some problems turning with their puzzles after it's assembled. This particular one, I've heard some reports. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but if you watch the way my puzzle turns, maybe you'll notice something about yours, or maybe the way you're turning it, or who knows? Maybe they made an improvement to it after the first ones went out. I'm not really sure. Okay, want to make sure. So 2 to 2, and that's what's gonna keep everything working well. Yeah, so it definitely takes some scrambling, and the more you scramble, the better the solve experience is going to be. Okay, something just happened here, so I'm just going to pause. Yeah, okay, so I messed up here. Okay, I overturned this face, and I felt it right away, but sometimes if you're cranking through, you might not notice it. I don't want that either. So I'll just put that here, and what I'll do is I'll just turn this away. Yeah, well, okay, I think maybe I'm going to go in a different direction with this face. There's this little edge here. So, and of course, scrambling a puzzle as you're scrambling it, it does maybe give us some hints about how we're going to solve it. I'll certainly give some ideas. Okay, let's break this one up, and then I think we can call it scrambled. Okay. Here we are, and we took a few other ones. Yeah, so here are 2 different reds, and I don't know how much on camera you can tell. You can tell, but it's not. It'd be easy to mistake, and especially the small ones, the small triangles. You really have to get them next to each other to tell. Okay, this I'm gonna take this little one out of the way here. Yeah, it's trying to break up every single pair. It could take a while. And I just put that back. So yeah, that happens. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right. Just do a couple more here. All right, well, let's call that scrambled then, and when we come back, we're gonna get started with the solve of the Cord V1.0. All right, we're back and ready to start the solve of the Cord V1.0. I'm gonna break the solve into 3 different stages. Basically, the first hemisphere of the puzzle, second hemisphere, and then kind of the last little bit, the ending, the little triangles that are left over at the end. So what I like to do is start with one of the big faces, the octahedral face, and I'm going to pick one that I remember, and it's the one with gold on it. It's a gold, purple, orange, red. So that's gold, purple, orange, red. So this is my starting face, and then on the other side we have this as my ending face with the blue, yellow, pink, green. So there you go. So we're going to start here, and we're going to do layer by layer solve this way. Okay, that's it. And it'll fairly quickly kind of establish itself. Now, there's so many ways to solve this. So what I'm showing you is a way, not necessarily the way. There's some puzzles that have a pretty specific approach, but this isn't one of them. What I'm going to do with the starting phase, I'm going to put in all the edges around it, all the hollow edges, and that's it, just all of the hollow edges around the starting face. So, and I'm lining up this and the edge, not the adjacent pieces for now. So, for example, I'm looking for an orange here. There's an orange. We've got to keep in mind when we're turning these that we only want to do legal moves. So we got that one. Now we're looking for a hollow gold one. So there's a gold right there. And I can just turn this face. We can turn this up. And I can turn it up because I don't, at this point, really care too much about these side ones. I have a purple here, and I can do that. Now, in my preamble, I did mention that I'm not too concerned with matching the patterns because I think that they are symmetrical enough. And I'm just gonna, that's what I'm gonna do for the solve. I'm not gonna worry too much about the patterns. Okay, if I was, and when I've solved it not on camera, I have to get it really close to my face to really double check. And sometimes I'll flip pieces or switch pieces around to match the pattern better, but you don't really notice it. Okay, so we have those ones in, and what I've done now is I've turned the starting face to line up with these so that the edges line up with their corresponding color centers. And what I want to do now is go back around, and I want to fill in just the solid edges, okay, on the hex faces. So this one's already done. I'm going to need a purple here. And well, we'll find it. There's a purple right there. So I can just sort of transfer it over here. I think we can do that without doing any damage. Now you'll notice that that I sort of missed an opportunity here, and I think I really I should take that opportunity to turn this face and orient it properly. So let's just this is a piece that I don't care about. This is the piece that actually goes there, and I'm just going to turn it so now the gold matches up, and I can flip this back around because we want to keep those ones done. Okay, so now that one's done and that one's done, and I'm going to work my way around. It doesn't really matter what way I do it. So the purple goes over here, but let's just find another purple to put in there. There it is, way over there. Yipes. Okay, but no problem. Haven't done any of this yet, so I can just move this over. Well, I've done that one, I guess. Okay, so that's not really going to work. So what I really want to do is match it up, purple to purple. Okay. There we go. Okay, that one's done. So we got that. Now this one, I had changed the orientation there. Okay, so we're looking for a red, and I think that this is the lighter red. So there's one here, but you can actually see, and I don't know how well it shows on camera, but this is the dark red, and that's the lighter red triangle right beside it. So that shows you how close the shades are. That's a light red. Let me see what this is. Is this a dark red? It's really hard to tell. I think it is a light red, but yeah, I'm going to try the light red. You know, you can just put it up there and then see. So this will tell the tale right here. If it matches, it'll be very obvious. No, not only is it the wrong color shade, but the pattern does not match, and that doesn't happen when you have the right pattern, right color. There you go, and now you can see the pattern does match reasonably well. Okay, so that's settled. That's the dark red. So now I have that one in and that one in, and we're just going around here. So we want another dark red over here. Okay, there it is way over there, and I think we're good. Yeah, actually, I think by turning this, I'm going to end up solving that one. Yeah. And so I'm off a little bit over here, so I'm just going to move this down. I put a piece I don't care about in there, and then swap that one back in. There we go. Okay, so we're working away here, and just going to close the last little gap here. Got my orange, so I'm going to need a couple of oranges. And you notice it's such a small puzzle that there's not nearly the piece hunting that you have to do in some of the bigger puzzles. It's really just kind of fun. The pieces are never very far away. Colors. Okay, so that one's done. That one's still over there, so we just have to find an orange to put in. And solid orange. Where is it? Ooh, way over there. Okay. So, well, this is going to come a long way here, but that's okay. Right across the puzzle. There it is. Put it in. Okay, and I think it looks like I got them all in. So, just to recap, starting face, put all the hollow stickers, the 4 hollow stickers. Then I went around and I put in the solid edges and oriented the centers. Okay. So what that's left us then are these 2 color pieces and 2 small triangles. Okay. And you know, really the choice of doing it that way versus building it with the solid edge and the 2 small triangles, I don't think it makes a huge difference. I picked this one just because it seemed like it was a little easier to move those pieces around. But the fact is that I think that those would move just as easily. You could just move them from spot to spot. So it was just an arbitrary choice to do the 2 color. All right. So now the next step, and the sort of the big step in this section, is we're going to fill in just these small edges, the 2 color edges in the top. Okay, we're not going to do it on the side yet. We'll save that for another step. So what I need here is orange and gold. And you'll notice that I've just picked where I want to start, and I'll just find the edge because it's a fairly small puzzle. The other way to do it is just to look around until you find one of them that matches and start there. So yeah, of course. So there it is right there. And what I'm going to need is an orange on one side, which is right there, and a gold. And I see pieces here. Now, the thing about this puzzle is that it has orbits, and to kind of make a long story short, if it's on a hex face, then this one and that one are in the same orbit, which is good because that's what we need. We need this one to go there so that they're in the same orbit. Okay. So there's a couple ways to approach this. This is where we're going, and this is our working area here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to turn it to where it belongs. Okay, so there's where it belongs, and the piece we're joining it to is out of the way. And now I'm going to take this adjacent face and I'm going to flip it. Okay, so now our piece is safely out of the way. Bring the target piece back, and I'll flip this back. So we just basically hid the piece and then put it back. Now, if I look really closely, I should be able to see that they line up. Again, I've found a few that, because the stickers weren't quite symmetrically cut, where it wasn't perfect match, but it's so close, I don't think it matters. Okay, so the next one then is the gold, and we're going to put a gold there. And we have 2 golds here, but keeping in mind the orbits, if it's on the far end of the piece, if we go up, then that's the piece that's in the orbit. Okay. And we can do exactly the same thing. Just turn it down here. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, something's gone a little haywire here. Okay, what did I do? I think I just probably didn't turn something enough. Okay, but I'm going to double check. Yep, everything looks good here. Yeah, so I don't know, I just had something slightly misaligned there. Okay, so we're gonna come down here. Okay, and there we go. That's where the piece goes. And now I'm gonna hide it away. Okay, bring it back. And now cycle the piece in. All right, there you go, first one done. And now we're ready to put this piece in, and it just goes just like any typical 3 cycle. Here's our piece, there's where it goes. I'm going to turn the slot down. That's the slot. In this case, I think I'm going to turn it off. So it's going to join it right there and put it back in. Okay, and now we can bring it back up where it belongs. And put our first composite edge in, just like that. Okay, and that's the whole process. Okay, you can speed that up a little bit, but that's basically it. So we're looking for gold and purple here. There it is right there, and it looks like we have a purple already attached, and we don't have to worry about checking it because these little triangles are in orbits, and it's got to be right. If it can join it, it's right. So all I need to do is find a corresponding gold in the right orbit. There's one. Okay, is it in the right orbit? Well, let's bring it up here. Let's have a look. Okay, so we see that the gold is at this end of this piece, and if we went up a step, it would be at that end, so it is correct. Okay. Now I'd like to, maybe I could do it there, but the problem is that it's going to munch that piece as well. So in order to do that, I have to hide this one as well, and I think I can do that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, not so good. I don't think that was really quite what we wanted, but I think it's okay. So I'm going to bring this down. It moved our piece out of the way. There we go. And I think as long as I bring this back, yeah, okay. Oop. There it is. Yeah, okay. I got a little too tricky on that one. Okay, but don't worry. There'll be lots of opportunities to see this. So yeah, that was a little too tricky because I tried to do. I should have had a better setup. Anyway, here we go. That's ready to be inserted. So I'm just going to turn it up here. And then I'm going to join it in that slot. So I'll turn this down. Put it in. And you can see how all the pattern lines up. And then, whoa, little. Yeah, puzzle's still breaking in a little bit. So it's quite understandable. Okay, so you see we're filling in all the pieces. Okay, 2 more to go. Purple and red over here, and sometimes it'll be in the other slot, so yeah, you just got to really look around. Unfortunately, not so much hunting to do. Okay, purple and red. Okay, anyone see it? There it is right there. Okay, now I gotta be careful because this is the working area, but we're below the working area here, so I think we're good. So I'm just gonna move that, and that's why I designate a working area. I keep my finger on the actual target. And so now we have it, and it's just below the working area, so we can assemble it right here. Okay, so what am I looking for? A purple and a red. Now, just the dark red, it looks like it, and there happens to be one in the right orbit, so let's just try it. Might be good. Yep. Okay, so it lines up, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but this has a stripe on it, and then the stripe just sort of continues onto the small triangle. So that worked out well. And then the purple. Okay. There's a purple, so let's see if it's in the right orbit. Yeah, so I see a little bit of alignment issue where I didn't align that up before, so something to be concerned about. So I can see this, and this is at this end, the purple. So that end and that end, which is the right orbit. So I can just hide this thing away. I see this one, and we're going to break it, but I'm not worried about that. I find it's a lot easier to just do layer by layer and not worry about ones that are in other layers. Okay, there we go. Got that one done. And now I'm going to go put it in. Okay, it's going to go there. And so I will join it right in that spot there, I think. There's a couple ways to do this. I can bring the spot down. There we are. Join it. All right, good stuff. Look at that. Okay, one more of these. And it's a sort of, I think it's the dark red and orange. So there it is right there. Is it dark red or light red? Oh yeah, I gotta watch that. So this is a orange and light red, which goes over here. So yeah, that's a little something to be aware of. So there's the dark red and orange on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna look through the stickers I got and see what other color there is, and maybe replace one of the reds. Okay, so that's where we're going. This is a good place to work on it. And so I need a dark red, which is there. And that is the right orbit there, because if the dark red's over here, and if we moved it down, it would be there. So that's very quick. Hide the dark red away, turn it into place, and then turn it back. Nice. Okay, so that's one. And then the other one is orange. And there's the orange. Maybe. Okay, but we gotta see if it's in the right orbit. Yes, it is. So if I turn this up, it will be there. So I'm just gonna turn this here. There we go. There's the orange I want to put in. Hide it out of the way. And then we can bring back this guy. Oh, look at that. There. Done. Okay. Put that in, and I think this will finish off this phase of the solve. Okay, I don't know. I think I did half of what I intended. I did two different ideas there. Anyway, so there we go. It's not quite the full first hemisphere, the first half of the puzzle, but we're getting pretty close. So what we're going to do is kind of the E layer on a Rubik's Cube, the middle layer. We're going to go around and get that one sorted out. So now the question is, do you want to flip it and do it that way, or keep doing it upside down? It's really hard to say. So this next one should be pretty quick. All you need to do is go around and fill in. If you look at each phase that's partially done, you want to look at any edges that are not quite set yet. So this face here, it's partially done. The only big edge is this one, so it's going to be silver, and we need a solid silver. Now we probably don't have too many of them left. There it is. Okay, so we'll go and we'll move this. Okay, so that one, I think I can just turn this here. Yeah, because this is the silver. It's going to have to be oriented anyway, even though we don't really care about this piece yet, but I can go here, and that's the one I care about. Okay, so what we're going to do is do the solid ones, and we're going to do the hollow ones. So basically up to this upper layer here, but all the E layer edges. So 3 as we go around. Okay. So this is the dark red. There's the dark red. And this really does get easier as you go along because that isn't the dark red. I'm going to check it, but I think it's, yeah, it's, I don't know if how obvious this is, but it's pretty obvious to me that that's the wrong red. So that's probably the right red right there. Okay. All right. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, so we're filling in the solids and then the outlines, kind of very similar to the way we do the top mix. So we're leaving the circles just above the line we're working on. Okay, so this is olive green. That's one done for us, and we just have a couple more here. There's that one. Okay, and in fact, I can flip it around here to make it a little easier. Okay, there we go. That's done, and I might as well just turn this while I'm at it to orient it properly. I need this anyway, so it's going to be purple. Yeah, so you'll notice that all the other colors are unique. It's just the two reds that... All right, don't see it purple. Okay, I'm just going to go on because we can come back later, find that one. So we'll need another brown. There's the brown. Okay, there we go, the brown. We need a gold here. There's the gold. I see, yeah. There we are. And, okay, there's the other solid brown. We don't need that. We just need the three on each face as we go around here. So, okay, now we're into the light reds over here. And, okay, I see one here. Okay, so that one, flip it around. That one's in, and we need the two outline reds. Now, I think we've used up all the dark reds, so we're kind of now on track to have the just the light reds. There we are. And one more here. Okay, well, we'll find it. It's got to be here somewhere, right? Okay, flip that. Okay. So I hope you see that the puzzle's turning reasonably well here. A little catchy here and there, mainly when I'm if I maybe don't turn quite properly. Still a little breaking in to do, but I think it's turning reasonably well. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, we had that, and then the other silver. The other, there it is. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having so many problems here. Okay, so what I will do, I think I can do it this way. I can flip this, put that in, yeah. And the only issue I'm going to have is that that's going to be misregistered. So I didn't really save myself any by being a little bit, by trying to be too clever. All right, there we go. Look at that. Okay, so I got 3 there. Got, oh, we need the olive. Oh, there it is. So, yeah, it did show up. Okay, so that one's done. We needed the purple. That was another one. Okay, I might not be able to get away this time. I might have to go find the purple. There it is. Okay. And pretty straightforward to put that in. Okay, purple. That's all done. That one. And there's the red I'm looking for. Okay, think that that's it now. Okay, so this is our ending, this is our starting, and I don't know how clear it is on the camera here, but we just have these edges to put in the composite edges with the two color and then the two small triangles. And once we do that, we'll be up into the kind of almost at the end game. So the strategy here is going to be exactly the same. Now, for me, I just like working from below to above. So I'm just going to flip. I'm going to flip it over. I know it's a little disorienting, but to me anyway, it's a little easier. So now I'm going to work down here. I don't have a lot of room, but it's okay. I can work here, and I can install these composite edges. So the first one I see that I need here is right over there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, I'm just going to put something else in. Doesn't matter what it is. Put something else in there. Okay, so now we have, should be here somewhere. Okay, so there it is. And so it's just dark red. I think it's, yeah, dark red. I need a dark red corner and olive green. There's the olive green. So let's try it. Ah, look at that. That was pretty quick. Now that one's not in the right orbit, because if we move this down, it would be here. This one, though, I think this one is in the right orbit, but the problem is that I can't use this face because it'll munch this newly installed piece. So what I really want to do is put this right here anyway. I think I can do that. Except that if I do that, then this is going to get munched. Okay, so I'm going to hide this away. There we go. So now I've saved that. I didn't really save it well enough. Okay, it's way over here. It's out of harm's way. Things you have to do sometimes. So there's the piece I want to install. Okay, we hid it away, and now I can bring back this piece. There we go. There's the piece. Flip it around, and voila, we got it. Okay, and I'll just leave it here. I'll bring the slot down, move this up, and you can see everything lined up nicely. And just double check, make sure the colors are right, pattern looks good. So that was the first one that we did from our starting hemisphere here. And I guess we're just off to the races. So we have red and silver here that we need. I think I saw that actually. Maybe not. So, and you know, I am doing it from left to right, methodically, one at a time. You don't really necessarily have to do that. I do find it helps that if your working area is this way and your solved area is that way, it helps, to me anyway, avoid wrecking places or work that I've already done. Okay, so what did I say I needed? Whatever I said probably wasn't. We just did that one. Oh, okay. So it was, yeah, red and silver. Okay. Yeah, that was right. Okay, it could be. Who knows where it is? A little misalignment there. There it is, way over here. Okay. So on some puzzles this would be a big problem, but on this it's actually not hard at all. Okay. All I'm gonna do is just move something else in there. Okay, and now we're good. Okay, so there's the working area, and we're right below it. If I brought it up any closer, then one of the faces we're using is one that's partially solved. So let's avoid that. Okay, so what do I need? I need a dark red and a silver. So there's the silver, and I can tell that that's gonna work. Okay. Now, normally I'd be worried about that piece, but we don't care about it anyway, so I'm just gonna flip this around. Oh. And wouldn't have that been something if that had been a correct piece, but it wasn't. But that would have made me look really, really devious in planning here. Okay, we got that in, and now we have this other dark red. So where's all the dark reds? That's a light red. That's a light red. That's a light red. Okay, probably because it's probably the last one left. That's probably why it's hard to find, right? There's literally only one of them. Okay, and that, is that it? Oh. Okay, there it is right there. So what happened? Why was that so hard to find? Well, with the gold here and the red here, it looked like that was a solved piece. Oh boy. Okay. So anyway, there's the one I need. So I'm just gonna put that in here. There we go. And come back, and we'll get back to that one. We'll get back to that one later. Okay. So there's the piece. And we know it's got to be the right one, and you can see it is in the right orbit, but just if there was any doubt at all, it is the right one. So I'm going to flip this face to hide it away, but before I do that, I got to protect this piece, so I'm just going to turn this face out of the way here, or this piece out of the way. Now I can do this. Not going to hurt anything. What did I just do? That's actually not correct. No, it was actually in a good spot. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it here, and I'm just going to move this all the way around until the target piece is right there, and then flip this around. So forget what I just did. That was boy, oh boy. Okay, there you go. Hey, I don't edit my mistakes, okay? So you're getting the real deal here. Okay, so now we got this piece done, and I can just bring it up here, and we'll just join it right there. Okay, and just one quick check just to make sure that it's all matched up, that the color's right. And yes, indeed, it looks good, because I don't want to have to go back and fix something like that. Okay, so we'll just try to get oriented here where my ending is. My ending face. I think it's blue. Yeah, this is the one here. Yeah, so that's the start, right? So we're going along. We've done that one. Something, I think I may have knocked something loose here. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I think I might have inadvertently, yeah, I think I turned this face. Is this part of it? Yeah, this is. So yeah, I inadvertently messed that face up. But something to kind of illustrate here is that my method of doing that, where I put all those edges in first, is really, you don't have to do it that way. You could put the edges in as you go. Put the big edges in, and then do the composite edges. So, you know, it's not necessary. I just yeah, I just lost track of where the working face was at there. Okay, so we have silver and orange. It's right over here. That was easy. And so now there's an orange, and that's that looks like it's not the right. Yeah, it's not the right orbit. There's a silver. Is that the right orbit? That's not the right orbit either. Ooh. Oh wait, it is. Boom, boom. Yeah. So that's the right orbit. So I can just flip that around, and we'll bring this down. Okay, if that's the right orbit, oh yeah, okay, it's the right orbit to go in here. No, it's not. Oh man. Okay, that's completely yeah. Okay, so that was a mistake. That wasn't the right one. But I look at this over here. These two look like they might be promising, so I'll just go get them. Put that in. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty bizarre. But yes, definitely this one is correct. I can see that it's the right orbit, so I'm just going to put it in. Very good. And then, is this one correct? No, that's still the wrong one. That one? Okay, this is the right one. Okay, yeah. So if I flip that around, flip this one around, it'll be good, but I got to put this out of the way first. So now we can do that. Oh, I think this is one of my, clever, trying to be a little too clever here. It's okay, it'll work, but so that's the piece we're going to replace, but because I had to turn this, I have to put the piece, the triangle back. Now I can put it in. There we are. So there we go. Put it in. Oh, don't want to do that. So you see all that misalignment? I don't know what I did. I might have jostled the adjacent face a little bit. Just got to watch that alignment. It could cause some problems. Okay, where are we? Orange and red. Ooh, yee. Orange and red. There's orange and red. Now, which red is it? I think we've done the last one. It's a light red, so I think we'll just go with that one. And I see a red here, but that's the wrong orbit. And I see an orange here, and that is the right orbit. So this orange will work. Actually, this orange will work if I just bring the piece right here and flip it around. Very good. So that one's done, and oh, what a nice coincidence. That red is in the right orbit, and it should be the right red, and there we are. Okay, that's the, where's the slot? Oh. All right, let me find it. Here we are. So a nice thing here is that we don't have to worry about orientation of the edges. They can't change. The edges can't flip over. You don't have to flip them around. You don't have to orient the corners, which is on the bigger puzzles sometimes a real challenge. Yeah, so it's all in all quite a fun puzzle with not a lot of tedious work. It just you basically go around and it goes pretty quickly. Okay, so we have light red and gold here. And there it is, light red and gold. And I'm just moving just a little closer to the working face. Yeah, there it is. And what do we got? I got lots of reds here to use. Okay, so that's in the wrong orbit though. That is in the right orbit. This red and that. So, whoa, a little over. Well, okay, I'm way over eager there. Oh man. Okay, there we go. So that's lined up. So I'll just bring this down. That's the one we're replacing. And there we go. Done. And a gold. There's a gold. I think I already looked at that one and it was in the wrong orbit. Was it? Yes. And there are not too many of these gold pieces, gold left. So there's one up there. And that would go there. That's also wrong. Okay. I already checked that one. Okay, so pretty much got to be that one right there. So let's have a look. That's not it. What? Yeah, it's going to go there. Definitely not the right one. Okay. Okay. So the logical conclusion is that when I was analyzing these other ones, I misanalyzed one. I think that might be that, because that is in the right orbit. So who knows? Who knows what happened there? I can't really do that right now, this part. So what I'll do, how are we going to do this? Okay, I think I have to do this complicated thing again. Where, okay, I'm going to turn it this way. Okay, so we got everything. Oh, okay, so this one, I can actually just join it up right here. Don't have to do anything more complicated. There we are. Okay. And here's where it goes. Wow, I got awfully close to that working face. Okay. And I have to say, I have munched some of the work area before in other solves of this. So yeah, it does have, and I'm trying to pay attention here. But so we have golden brown here, and should probably stand out pretty well. There's golden brown. Okay. I'm just going to solve it down here just a little bit. Oh, well, I guess it's going to be pretty close to the working face anyway. But the good news is we have a brown piece. It's just going to plop right in there. And hopefully we'll find a gold piece that has the same properties. That one will work. That's where it's going, so I can hide this one away. Well, this is very convenient. And so look at that. Put that together in record time. And now I just got to find the slot. So there's the piece assembled. There's the slot. Awesome stuff. Okay, next up. So how are we doing here? Great. And this one here, so brown and purple. There's brown and purple right there. That's okay. This purple is correct. So why don't I just go ahead and put that in, flip it around. Yeah, so as the amount of working area gets smaller and smaller, it's not a surprise. It gets a little easier to find pieces. So I'm looking at this piece here, and that is actually in the right, that's in the right area. Okay, how am I going to do this though? Actually, it is, right? Yeah. Okay, so there, so we'll join it over here. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Joined up. And another one. Nice. And we're certainly getting towards the end here. So purple and olive green. So purple and olive green. There it is. I'm just gonna move it a little bit in the middle here. Already have our purple installed, which is nice. Just have to find an olive green. And you know, one of the things, like I see this piece is all completely assembled, and it would be nice to just try and not break it, but it goes there. Anyway, if I can find another one, yeah, there it is. We'll use that instead. But it shouldn't really matter. Like, to me, if you're doing one face, then maybe that's the one to work on, or one set of layers. Okay, so this is in the right orbit, so I can just go ahead and put that right here. Flip that around, and when we bring it back, it'll join up perfectly. All right, there we are. So that one, and just flip the target slot down, put it in. All right. Okay, is that it? Did I get all the way around without munching anything? It looks like I did. So if we go to our starting hemisphere and we take a look at it, it actually looks completely solved, right? Here's the cool thing about this puzzle. If we flip it over to look at our ending hemisphere and look at it from that, it looks completely unsolved. Kind of a cool thing. Okay. All right, so we'll just take a little break now, and when we come back, we will be solving the second hemisphere. That's going to go a lot faster than the first one. All right, we're back, and back with the second half of the solve of the CORD V1.0 solve. This is our ending face. Already have the first half done, and time to just fill in these last few details. Now this one, there's a bunch of ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way I kind of like. We're going to abandon the joining of the edges and just or making composite edges, and just focus on putting in all of the edges. Just the two color edges, the solid edges, and the hollow edges. That's it. Okay, we'll just put in all the edges on that are remaining on the puzzle, and then what we're going to be left with is a bunch of triangles that need to be cycled into place. It might seem daunting, but I think this is probably the most straightforward way to do it. All right, with that in mind, the way I would approach this is we have yeah, let's just start somewhere. It doesn't really matter, this one. We don't have to worry too much about these ones. Mainly want to get those side ones in, and the two color ones right now. So I see with the pink is over here, so I do this. Okay, so there we go. That's green, the pink. Okay, and I see I have a red to do, and I want to get that one done before we get too much further. So I see we've got, I'm going to move my slot over here. I probably could have made that a little more efficient with a bit more planning. Okay, I just have something just not quite right. There we go. Yeah, I could have made this little bit a bit more efficient, but we'll deal with that when we get there. I'm moving left to right as I do. So we have that one, that one, that one. These ones we'll actually deal with those later. These ones are a little easier to do. So I've got a pink hollow one. I see it over here. And again, for these, I'm mainly interested in getting the bottom ones done, not the top. So there's a pink right there. And we can do it. Actually, I want the pink to be in that slot. There we go. Yeah, this will go pretty quick here. Okay, so I got that one. I need silver. Okay, that's done. I need a blue there. I actually need a couple of blues. Oh, look at that. It's all just starting to come together here. Okay, but now that blue, I've got the solid blue over there. So what I'll do is, before I make this last turn, I'll put this blue face here. Okay, that one. So that's done, and I want to do these pieces. And you'll see here I've got the hollow edges, and they're very easy to install on this. Okay, not so worried about the top one. That one's done. Yellow. I've got my two yellows here, so Okay, so that one's done, and I think that's just all going to work out, isn't it? Oh yeah, look at that. It all worked out. We go around and make sure. So I have all my solid edges and at least the bottoms on the hollow pieces. So now I can go and I can do the again the two color edges, and we're not worried at all about the triangles at this point. I'm just giving up on triangles for now. So I see I've got one of them right here, so this shouldn't be too hard to do here. A lot quicker, and this is I think another quite reasonable way to solve the puzzle. You could solve the whole puzzle this way just by putting in all the edges and then going back around and looking for doing the algorithms for the triangles. That is a way to do it. So what I did was I put the piece I wanted to put in, and then I just put some whatever in there. It didn't really matter, though. If I'd have tried a little harder, I probably could have got the right piece in there. Anyway, this is what I wanted to put in. And, oops, okay. So I got to get my act together here. So there we go. So that one. Okay, so that one's done. That one. Okay. That one goes there. Right. Yep, didn't try to move the face without everything being lined up. Not good. Okay. All right, we got that. We got that one. And now looking for the blue and silver. Way over there. Okay, so that one's done. Now that one goes over there. Yeah, I could do so much better on the planning here. Okay, but it's the journey, right? It's not the destination. Don't need to rush through it. Just enjoy the process. There we go. So that one actually goes, well, not there. So what am I looking for? Blue and orange, blue and olive green. There it is. Okay, that one is there. Oh man. All right, well, maybe I'll just try to be a little more clever and I'll put the proper one in here right now. There we go. Okay. All right, well, I got some, I got some of it, except the one I was trying to get out, I didn't get in. All right. Yeah. What did I do? That one's right. Oh, that one, we weren't trying to put that one in at all. Okay. It's enough for me trying to be clever here. Okay, I'm not sure I really want to push through a little snag. So basically I'm moving pieces around, faces around. Sorry, not quite getting my alignment right, and it's catching up with me. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. That one brown and yellow. It's got to be, yeah, it's got to be here somewhere. Okay. Okay, so I think, yeah, looks like we got everything done. And now the last little bit is going to be to get these ones, make sure that all of these are right, and then these ones are right. So the way this works is, you see here I have the wrong piece, right? So, but this is correct. So I'm going to use this face as kind of my exchange. And I'm going to flip this around, And now I'm just going to follow a pattern that's consistent. The blue, that's what I need to turn here. So there it is. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this up. Okay, so now that's correct. The next one is lime green, so I'm going to turn it towards lime green. Okay, and I'm going to put that one in. So now that one's correct. Yellow, I'm going to turn it towards yellow and turn it up. So now that's correct. And once that gets back, then everything should be in its proper place. That's how you do that. Pretty cool, eh? Okay, and we have just one last little bit of business, which is something similar with this, but it's a little more complicated. Well, just because you got to pick one side or the other. I'll just pick here. Basically, the rule is you just got to pick one that's correct, and then just go and follow the chain here. So I'm going to move this over here, and now this tells me what I have to move. So blue and pink. Okay. So there's the blue and pink, and I'm going to bring that there. Okay, and now this one is yellow and blue, so I'm going to bring yellow and blue in. Okay, and once they're correct, everything here should be right. Sometimes you got to go and do another round with a different piece, but I think everything should, yeah, it should be good. I got to turn this though. There we go. Okay, and now everything's right. So where are we now? Well, we have the second hemisphere all completed except for the small triangles. And the one thing you might notice is that there's not as many as you might expect because some of them will just solve naturally just because pieces are in orbits on this puzzle. And so sometimes you will get pieces that are just naturally solved. So it does look daunting, but the 3 cycle I have is fairly short, fairly quick, easy to use, and it doesn't really, it moves 3 pieces at a time. It could move 3 pieces at a time, though I'd recommend you start off with just doing 1 piece at a time. Okay, so how does the 3 cycle work? I'm just looking for a good setup. Basically, you need a left and a right, and the left can be the octagon face, the octahedral face, and the right can be the hex face, or they can be swapped around. And then you need a D down, which is always going to be one of these 4-sided phases, or the flippy face. Okay, and the way the algorithm works is it moves pieces from here to here to here to back up there. Okay, and that's it. It can't change orbits of pieces, so you got to make sure that they're in the right orbits, and that's how it works. Now in this case, I'm not really seeing anything that's like we don't really want to move this piece up here. That wouldn't really be very helpful, but moving this blue would be. And I can see this over here. So you know what? Let's just try it just for the sake of getting started with the algorithm. So what I've done is I've done a setup move over here, and the setup moves are really easy on this puzzle. So if we do the algorithm, this piece will go up here, which isn't very helpful, but that's okay. This piece will go there, which doesn't really solve, but this is not solved. But then this blue will go here, which will solve that. And this will demonstrate the technique anyway, and then we can get into more advanced setups. Okay, so this is, I'm just showing you this one, and we're gonna do, and it's very similar to the Rubik's down, down, up, up. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna do now for each face. We got to keep in mind that we got to turn the face 1 step, whatever's normal for that face. All right, so this is our L, this is our R, this is our D, and we're going to start with the R, which is the down, down, and this is actually going to be R prime, L, R, L prime. What we've done is we've 3 cycled these 3 edges, and we've isolated this one here. And now I'm going to do a D2, which is just the normal turn of this D face. Okay, move those around. Now we're going to just undo what we did starting on the left. So L, R prime, L prime, R, and then we got to remember to undo our D. And notice that one went from here to here, that one went from there to there, and that one went down there. And if we undo our setup move, we'll see that the one thing we did was fix that blue. Okay, and that's all we did with this. Okay, well, that's not super impressive, but at least we've gotten one piece. And it will get easier as you do this more and more. Yeah, and just as you get practice. So we're looking for a left and a right, and it's got to be the octahedron and the hexagon, but they can be switched around. It doesn't matter which way we do it. So this would work as well. And I'm looking at this. Yeah, I don't really necessarily want to do that. Okay. So let's just find some more good pieces here to work on. Let's see. This actually looks pretty good, because this, if we look at our algorithm, this would go up here, which would solve that. That would go there. That's not really the right green. And then that, yeah, that's not really the right green. But what if, let's see now. No, I'm looking for other things that we could put in here instead that would make this better, but we really don't. There isn't anything. And you know what? Why not just do it this way? Moving that to there is not going to do anything. It's not going to hurt it. Moving that's not going to hurt it, but moving that will solve that one. So why not just do it? We'll solve one piece at a time. It's fine. Okay, so remember our algorithm then. We're going to start from the right. So it's going to be R prime, L, R, L prime. I'm going to flip this. And now we're going to undo everything starting from the left. L, R prime, L prime, R. Okay, and then we can unflip that, which didn't really help us at all. And the only thing we really did there was we solved that one piece, which is fine. Yeah, it's all you need. Okay, and that's what this whole strategy is then, is just to go around and look for pieces which are nicely lined up where you can do the 3 cycle. And you can do setup moves. Maybe we'll try one with a setup move that really gives us something impressive here. So this one, okay, so this one, so this would be backwards here, but we go here to here. That's not going to help us much. Yeah, okay, let's try this. Okay, that's not. Okay. This looks promising. So that one goes there. That will solve that. But this one goes to a lime green, which doesn't really help us. So what if we can find something that needs a lime green? Are we too far away? Oh, it's way up here. Yeah, that's a little excessive. Yeah, so there are pieces here that have a lime green. In fact, it would be nice if we found something that had a pink. There it is right there. Well, you know what? See this pink here? Let's see if we can maneuver it so it's right there. Okay, just got to try. Because the setup moves here are not too bad. So that one, oop, uh-oh. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that one, let's see, how are we doing here? There, it's going to work. So that's the pink, which we want to turn into a lime green, and this is actually going to work perfectly. There and there. Now, you know, this is maybe not a beginner setup move, but it's really, really nice because we want to make that one lime green, which will be there, right? That'll be there. That'll work. That one's going to solve that, and that one's going to solve that. So that is a perfect 3 cycle, and we had to do a lot of setup moves. I'm going to show you how that all works once we undo the setup moves. So now we'll just do our algorithm, which is right, or sorry, R prime, L, R, L prime. That works. Flip that around. Undo our setup move starting from the left. I mean our algorithm. Left, R prime, L prime, R. Got to remember to undo that D2. Okay, so look at that. That one gets solved. That one gets solved. Our lime green went here, and this is the beauty of this puzzle. We can see that this face is out of sorts, so I can put it back, right? Now we can see this part's out of sorts, so I know I have to flip that around. And now this, I can see that this is out of sorts, so I'm just going to move that around. And this, well, there's our lime green gone back in, and I can just put it back. And so I think it was there, and it solved our piece. That's really cool. So part of the game then might be to just find, places where you can do those wonderful 3 cycles. You can do the setup moves if you're comfortable. If not, you can just sort of do it by solving one triangle at a time. Nothing wrong with that. So let's see. I'm just looking here. I see this lime. I see lime green here, and I see a olive drab here. I think that might help us. Yes. Okay. The red probably won't help us, but something else will. So this lime green, we want to turn that into a olive. And yeah, that's going to work. So that's our setup move. Okay, something not quite right there. So there it is. Okay, let's. Oh, okay. I've goofed something up here. Maybe that's not correct. Yeah, that's actually in the wrong orbit, so that's not going to help us. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. And that's also in the wrong orbit. Oh, that might explain it. Okay, so something brown. So if I could move something that needs a brown one up there, that would help. And I can, actually. That one right there. Yeah. Okay, so that my setup move then is very easy. I just turn this. That's the piece. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go there. And that one's going to solve. So we're only getting one piece in this time. But again, it's fine to be patient and just do it that way, right? So here's the algorithm. Right, or R prime, L, R, L prime, flip it around, and then we undo everything. L, R prime, L prime, R. Got to remember to flip that. May not make much difference, but if you get in the habit of leaving it, it could cause some problems when you're doing if you're doing some setup moves. We got to remember to undo our setup move up here, and it was that one brown piece that we put in. So yeah, not too bad at all. I think we're doing quite well here. So I see this pink here, and I'm just trying to see how I could make this work. Okay, that pink would go there. It would be nice if we had a silver piece here somewhere, but I don't see anything there. That would be great. So let's see if I can find one, a misplaced silver. That might be the last silver we have. There it is. So how would I do this? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so silver, yeah, we might need to do a setup move here, and I'll show you. That is a bit tricky, but I think it'll be good. Be good to show that. Okay, so there's our piece here. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of setup moving, but that's perfectly fine here. And there's the piece we want to put in. You know what? And instead of doing it that way, I think I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Okay, so that's our silver piece, and we don't have a yellow here to dish out, but it's fine. So what I want to do is cycle that silver in there, but the problem with doing it just like that is then this pink is going to go here, and then that silver is going to go up, and it's not really going to do anything. But if I do another setup move here, and by flipping this at the beginning, then we have this silver will go there, which will just replace it. That one will go there, which will solve it, and then that one will go up there, and it's a pink, but at least we solved one piece. So I think that's actually a pretty good deal right there. All right, so let's try it. So we got R prime, L, R, L prime, do our D2, whoa, and then undo it on the left, L, R prime, L prime, R. Now, normally we have to undo that, but remember that we started with a setup move with that, so we can just leave it. And then we had a couple of setup moves over here. We just ended up with that pink one just kind of there, but we solved this over here. So you can see it's really starting to get going, and if we keep doing this and kind of working our way, we're going to end up with a concentration of these, and we're going to be able to then solve them all. I like this one going in here. That one, if we could somehow maybe do a setup move, it would solve that. We need something lime green here, and preferably it has a pink. I don't see it though. A red. That one right there. That one right there. All right, let's see if I can make this work. Okay, if I flip that. No, that's in the wrong. Looks like that's the wrong orbit. Yeah, actually, that's yipes. Actually, this one over here, though. If I flip that there. Boom, boom. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna get this pink over here. It's okay. It's not okay. Yeah, and then flip that. So those are a couple setup moves, and what it does is it gets this pink right here, and this is it's not great, but it's gonna solve that one for us. That one's already not solved, and it's just going to be also not solved, and that one's not solved, and it's also going to be not solved. So it just gets us one, but yeah, we can't swing for the fence every single time, right? All right, let's do our algorithm then. So, whoops, our R prime L. Whoa. Okay. Wow. Did I ever? There we go. And back. Okay. No, flip that around and then undo everything. Okay, and then flip that around. Yeah, so it did solve that. Didn't change. I mean, it's still not solved. Still not solved. And now I have to undo that, but that's fine. Oh, look at that. So you might wonder, can we do it from the left? Can we do it clockwise instead of counterclockwise? And the answer to all those is yes, right? First of all, if you start from the left, you'll just be doing it clockwise from the left. Those three pieces, if you did the exact same algorithm but started from the left, you'd just be moving that piece to there, to there, to there, that way. And I'll leave it to you to work out doing it counterclockwise. I don't really bother with that, having all the different permutations, just because you can always do it the one way, even if you have to do it clockwise or counterclockwise twice instead of once clockwise. I just find it easier to memorize one thing rather than a bunch of things. Okay, so I'm just looking here. There's that. Yeah, I want to try to get some here. I see this piece here. That looks good. How are we going to do this? Okay, let's see. That one, yeah, you know what? This is a great time to show you that technique. So we're going to do the left, and the left's going to be a hexagon instead of an octagon. The right's going to be an octagon. We're going to go there to there, which will solve that, there to there, which won't solve it, and there to there, which will solve it. So we'll get 2. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, so we'll start from the left, and it's otherwise exactly the same algorithm. And we just have to make sure we do our steps properly. So it's going to be L, R prime, L prime, R. We've got our 3 cycle. Then we're going to do our D2. And now this time, because we started from the left, we're going to undo it from the right. So it'll be R prime, L, R, L prime, and then we'll flip that around. And look at that. So we actually solved that one. And what else did we solve? That one. Not a bad deal. Okay, so let's see here. That one, it's a little dodgy. I want to get all these yellows done. Okay, so yeah, oh, this is going to be good. Yeah, I think this will be really, really good. So I see this here, this pink. No, this yellow. And then the pink. Okay, I think we can do this. Okay, that is not good. Because we're going to end up wrecking that. We get 2 solved, but we'll wreck that one. Is it worth it? Nah. I don't want to do it. I can't. Maybe. Okay, that blue. Okay, that looks good. Yeah. This is going to be okay. Okay, so we'll put this blue in here, which will solve that. Then this is going to go up, and we can put it either here, which doesn't really need any help, or if we did it from the left, then it would just be this olive green, which also, this red, I can do this one with a setup move. There you go. Oh, this is going to be great. So this will go there, which isn't going to hurt anything, which is not going to help. The blue will solve, and then this red will solve. So we'll get 2 out of that. That's a pretty good deal, and all I needed was a couple setup moves there. Okay, and we're going from the right. Okay, so right, left, right, left, and down, and then undo it, left, right, left, oh, right, and we can flip it around. Okay, gotta remember our setup moves. We solved that one, so that's good. And then we solved that one, so another win for us. Now these ones do concern me a little bit, because as you get further out, it gets harder to solve them. So let's take a look here and see if there's something I can do to make this all work. Yeah, see, this is a pristine piece here. So, okay, that one and that one, that looks quite promising. But, yeah, okay. I think we might get a 3 out of this. So this, now if I turn this, it's going to take that one out. So instead, what I want to do is flip this so this yellow that's supposed to be a pink goes up here, and then we're going to go flip this around. Yeah, so that it's in the right place, right? This will go there and solve that. This will go there and not solve that. And that'll go there and solve that. Okay, well, 2 out of 3 is not bad. And that's what we've been kind of averaging along. And that's pretty typical as you're doing these. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a helicopter going over. Okay. All right, so we're going to go there to there, solve that to there, which won't solve it, won't harm it, and there, which will solve it. And here we go from the right. Okay, so right, left, right, left, flip that around, and then undo it from the left, left, right, left, right, and we could flip that around. Doesn't really change much, but anyway, it's there. And you see we solved that one. And if you'll remember, we had a kind of a peculiar setup for that. So that, and then I flipped that around. It doesn't really make any difference, but I just wanted to put it back. Okay, so it might seem like it's taking forever, but look at this. It just cranking away at it one little piece at a time. And you see that we've made quite a bit of progress here. As a matter of fact, I'd say that we're getting pretty much down to the end game of our triangles. So I like this. This actually looks pretty good. So that would go there. That would solve that. That would go there. No, you know what? That doesn't help anything. Nice try, though. But you know what would? If I do a setup move here, that would help a lot, because this would go here and solve that. That would go there and solve that. That would go there and solve that. Ooh, a perfect 3-cycle. Oh man, that's what I look forward to on this. So we're talking about an algorithm from the left, but we can deal with that, right? We just have to start with the left. All right, so let's do it. So we're going to go left, right, left, right, D2, and then we got to undo it starting from the right. So we'll go right, left, right, and then we left, right. And then we can flip that, undo it. Very good. Solve that, solve that, solve that. Are we down to the last 3? Ooh, it is very possible we're down to the last 3. And the way you know you've got them is that they are, oh no, I think we got 4 here. Yeah, we got 4. Okay, so not too bad. So with that in mind, okay, I can see this. I don't really think it matters too much at this point what I cycle, as long as I solve one, because then we'll end up with a 3-cycle. So how's this going to work? Yes, that one's going to go there and solve that. That one's going to go there and not solve that. That one's going to go there and not solve that. But that's perfectly fine, because we'll be left with 3 to solve, and I think that will be our 3-cycle. So we will solve one. So here we go. We're going to go from the right and left, right, left. Okay, flip it around, undo it from starting from the left. Okay, and then we can go flip that around. Okay, so might not look like we did much, but we solved one, and now I do believe we have a perfect finishing 3-cycle. How's it gonna go? How is this gonna go for us? All right. Oh, I gotta undo that. There we go. Ooh, oh, okay. By undoing that, that actually moved one of my pieces, which is probably a good thing. Yes. Ooh, this is a very good thing, because that if it goes there, that's not good, but we need a brown there. So if I do that setup move, oh, this is looking really good. That's going to go there and solve that. That's going to go there and solve that. That's going to go there and solve that. Wasn't that perfect? What a great way to finish off this puzzle. All right, let's go. Starting from the right. Right. Left. Left. I'm going to flip that around. Now we're going to undo everything from the left. Oop. Okay. It's all right. Getting my rights and left mixed up. And now we will flip it around. And when I undo the setup move, the chord V1.0 should be solved. Wow, look at that. Isn't that great? Okay, well, let's just double check. So our start was the gold, purple, orange, and red. So there's the gold. Okay, how is it? Gold, purple. There it is. Okay, so gold, purple, red, and orange. So that's that hemisphere. And I think it's safe to say we got that one done. We haven't done any damage to it. And then we flip it over, and that's our finishing hemisphere. And when we look around, we don't see anything out of place. All right, I like that. So there you go. That is the chord V1.0. And I hope that you'll agree with me. That's a really fun solve. They do have some other variants coming out, and I know I have at least one of them here that I have getting ready to put together. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think of the chord V1.0 and this whole series. Is that the sort of puzzle you like? Is it too easy, too hard? And of course, as always, I'm interested to know your thoughts on do-it-yourself puzzles. VeryPuzzle's been putting out the do-it-yourself kits. It does make these puzzles relatively affordable, but it also means that you're going to be spending a certain number of hours putting it together. You've got to do the mechanical assembly. You've got to put the stickers on, possibly glue some caps down, and whatever else it takes to get it going. So that's not for everyone. I understand that. So and if you don't want to do that, you have to wait until the puzzle ends up on one of the shops. I know some of the shops are selling assembled VeryPuzzle DIY kits, but of course for more money. All right, and that's it for me for this video. As always, I appreciate all your comments, your questions, your suggestions. Yeah, let me know what you think of this puzzle and the DIY kits, and anything else you want to talk about and ask me. And until next time, thanks for watching.